Hello and welcome to Flight 93 National Memorial and our program, Their Story Lives Here, a video series about the lives of the passengers and crew members of Flight 93. My name is Claire Affinito and I'm a park ranger here at the memorial. Today we are standing here at the Wetlands Bridge. A fighter, a proud American, the epitome of class and integrity, a kind, gentle, amazing soul, the greatest lady I ever knew. Does that sound like someone you know? Maybe a dear friend, maybe your sister or grandmother? Well, that is how Flight 93 passenger Patricia Cushing was described by her friends and family. Born in Baltimore on February 13, 1932, Patricia, or Pat as she was called by her friends and family, was the middle child. She grew up in a home just a few streets down from Memorial Stadium where the Colts and Orioles played. Her brother described her in school, saying she was very bright and always reading. She played sports in high school and had a large friend group. After learning how to sew in school, she sewed both her prom dresses. After graduating high school, Pat attended Towson College, where she was studying to become a teacher. She left college after a year when she decided that teaching was not for her. She then got a job working for a telephone company. During this time, Pat met and began dating her future husband, Thomas Cushing. Thomas lived in Bayonne, New Jersey, where he helped his family operate a liquor store. When they married in 1958, Pat quit her job and moved to Bayonne with Thomas. Their first child, a son, also named Thomas, was born a year later in 1959. Pat would go on to be the mother of 5 children, 3 boys and 2 girls. For 20 years, Pat was a devoted homemaker and mother. Her son David has said that she always put her children first. When her youngest son was old enough, Pat returned to work in 1979 to help support the family, first for the Jersey City government and then with Bell Atlantic Telephone Company. She would work for Bell Atlantic for 20 years as a service representative. When Pat was 56, her husband passed away, leaving her a widow. However, the ever-resilient and upbeat Pat continued on and found solace in her faith and joy in her 2 grandchildren. In her retirement, Pat attended church regularly, spent quality time with her children and grandchildren, and enjoyed various hobbies, including attending movies, ballet, and operas. She held season tickets for the Metropolitan Opera in New York City and played mahjong every week. It is also during her retirement that Pat became very close with her husband's sister, Jane Folger. The two lived just blocks from each other and were often described as yin and yang, with Pat being the more calm of the two. They spent a great deal of time together, shopping and going on trips. It was one of those trips that Pat and Jane were taking that led them to board Flight 93 on September 11, 2001. The pair were headed for San Francisco for a meticulously planned trip gifted to them by Jane's daughter. When the hijacking of Flight 93 took place, neither Pat or Jane placed a phone call to their family. Pat's family believed that she would instead have chosen to comfort others. Always known as calm and caring in the lives of others around her, her family believes that Pat would have spent her last moments praying and consoling others who needed it. And that is how Pat will be remembered, by her family as a classy lady with a strong faith who cared for others with her calm and reassuring nature. How will you remember Pat Cushing and the passengers and crew members of Flight 93? Thank you for watching, and I encourage you to learn more about Pat and the rest of the passengers and crew members of Flight 93 in our series, Their Story Lives Here.